How do you file a tax refund form in Paris at Charles de Gaulle Airport? I am happy to report that I have done this many, many times over many, many years. And recently, this last April 2025, it has been streamlined and is so much easier than it has been in the past. So I wanted to be able to share with you what I recently found so you're prepared if you happen to be traveling to France and do some shopping. Be aware that you need to have a purchase that is at least €100 to qualify for a tax refund, and it must be purchased at a store that participates with the tax refund system. All goods must be brand new with their tags and in their original packaging to qualify for a refund, and the customs officer may request to see them. If the tags are missing, if you wore the goods, you may not get your refund. So this is very important. When you go to the store and you purchase something, you have to ask for the tax refund forms so that you will have them with you when you go home from the airport. They can come in a variety of envelopes. They look different. The envelopes don't matter. What's inside will look about the same. So the good news is, in the past, you had to get the stamp on your form before you went through security and have all of your goods with you. And after you went through security, you would go to a desk where a customs officer could ask to inspect your goods and so on. Now, the whole process is done before you check in. Yes, at Charles de Gaulle, it's done before you check in. So that means that you can have all of your stuff in the bag that you're going to check, which makes it so much easier. And then you go through the whole process before you even check in, you check your bag and you're done. Be sure that you arrive to the airport in plenty of time, at least 3 hours early. When I went, the whole tax refund process took less than 5 minutes. Sometimes the lines can be quite long. You never can tell. So you want to be sure that you have ample time to get this done so you're not late for your flight. When you open up the envelope and you go to the customs area, which I'm going to show you pictures of, it will have a barcode at the top, and it's the barcode that you scan. Some of the tax refund forms may have multiple pages. Don't worry about each page. It's only the top one with the barcode that you will need to process when you go to the computer terminals. Yes, there are computer terminals. So let me go over what you need to do once you hit the tax refund office. So just for your information, I flew Delta. And you can find this tax-free office. It's also called D-Tax at Charles de Gaulle Airport at Delta Terminal 2, E is an elephant. And this was between Delta Zone check-ins 3 and 4. So that's where it was in Terminal 2E. I would imagine there would be similar setups if you're flying American or some other airlines. As you notice in the left of the picture, there is a woman with a white sweater going into a line. That is a line you only need to get into after you go to the computer terminals, which are those stands on the right side. As you can see, there was not any line for those computer stands, and there was a minimal line if the customs officer needed to inspect your goods. There are also some drop bins that you will see throughout that tax refund area. I'm not sure what those were for, but don't be fooled. Do not drop your forms in there. What you want to do is go directly to the computer terminal and scan the barcode I just showed you. In each of those envelopes, you'll have a separate barcode. So you open each envelope, scan the barcode. And I'll go over what you see at that computer terminal, which determines whether or not you need to go in that line of people that actually goes and sees a custom agent. This is the little kiosk. So as you can see, there is a red laser beam. And what you do is you just follow the prompts in order to scan each of the barcodes. So you open each of your tax refund envelopes and you scan the barcode, and you'll hear a little beep. And after you hear the beep, either the green box will pop up saying your form has been validated, or the red box will pop up saying it's a non-validated form and that you need to bring it to the customs agent. So that's when you would have to get in the line. I was lucky with each of the forms that beeped through, it said validated. So I did not have to go see a customs agent at all, and there was nothing else I needed to do. I didn't need to drop those forms in the little mailboxes there. I didn't have to see a customs agent. I was done. Some people got the red box, and if you get the red box, you need to get in that line and be ready to show whatever you bought brand new to the customs agent when they demand to see it. And that's all you have to do. You're done. And then you can go check in for your flight. After I went through this process at Charles de Gaulle for my DTAX forms, I am pleased to announce that I got my full refund back to my credit card for the goods I purchased at about 12% within 5 days of my arrival in the United States. In the old days, it would take weeks, if not months, to see your refund. So this is a very fast process, much more efficient. As a reminder, this particular tax refund office called DTAX was at Charles de Gaulle Airport. Every airport has a different setup, different configuration for their tax refund system. I found that the Rome, Italy airport also had a similar system to this. But all of the countries and all of the airports have a different system for giving your tax refund. If you can, go back to the United States, if that's where you're headed home, through a major airport. The smaller ones, it's much harder to go through the refund process. And in the smaller airports, frequently the customs agents have very short hours of operation. So you are less likely to get a refund. Good luck. I hope this helps.